In a quiet little town, far away from the noise of the world, stood an old house at the end of a narrow street. Inside that house lived a small family, and a girl named Latina. From the outside, everything looked normal, but inside, nothing was ever peaceful. One cold morning, Latina slowly opened her eyes. Before she could even sit up, she heard it, shouting, her mother and father arguing again. Their voices echoed through the walls, loud, angry, endless. Latina didn't move. She just sat there quietly, her eyes filling with tears. Then, she turned her head and looked outside the window. The sky was calm. So why wasn't her life? A few minutes later, her father walked into her room. His voice was tired. Get ready. Your school bus will be here soon. Latina nodded silently. As she got ready, her father stopped her again. Don't forget your medicine. She paused for a second, then quietly took it. Downstairs, the tension was still heavy. Her mother sat on the sofa, staring blankly. As Latina stepped closer, her mother suddenly spoke. I can't do it. You have to do it. Latina looked confused. What do I have to do, Mom? Her father stood nearby, watching everything, but he said nothing. Latina looked at him, waiting for an answer, but all she saw was sadness in his eyes. So she walked out of the house without saying a word. At school, Latina wasn't herself. She didn't laugh. She didn't talk. Her mind was stuck on her mother's words. You have to do it. But what did that even mean? When she returned home later that day, something felt off. The house was too quiet. She walked into the kitchen and saw her father cooking. Dad, where's Mom? He didn't look at her. Go to your room, he said softly. Something in his voice felt broken. Confused, Latina went upstairs. And then she froze. Her mother was sitting inside her room. Mom, what are you doing here? Her mother smiled gently. Nothing. I'm fine. Then she pointed toward the window. Do you see the neighbor's house? Yes. That woman. She's not good. Stay away from her. Latina felt a chill run through her body. Just then, her father entered the room with food. His face looked pale and sad. He handed her the plate. Eat. He didn't even look at her mother. Not once. That night, something strange happened. Latina woke up suddenly. She didn't know why, but something pulled her toward the window. And then she saw it. At the neighbor's house, a girl, trapped, crying silently. And behind her, that woman, holding a knife. Latina's heart started racing. The next day, she told her friend at school, a boy she trusted. Together, they made a plan. They would sneak into the neighbor's house and save the girl. That evening, they quietly entered the house, step by step, room by room. But there was nothing. No trapped girl, no blood, no sign of anything, just silence. And then the door slammed. The woman was standing behind them, her face filled with anger. What are you doing in my house? She grabbed them both and called Latina's father. When her father arrived, Latina expected him to protect her, to believe her. But instead, he lowered his head and said, I'm sorry. My daughter is mentally unwell. Latina's heart dropped. She imagines things. She even thinks her mother is alive. The room went silent. And then he said the words that shattered her world. Her mother died 2 years ago. Latina couldn't breathe. Her mind went blank. If her mother was dead, then who was she talking to? That night, she cried alone in her room. Everything felt unreal. Everything felt broken. A few days later, in the middle of the night, a loud sound woke her up. Glass shattering. She slowly walked toward the window, her hands trembling. And then she saw her, the neighbor, standing outside, holding a knife, covered in blood. Latina's eyes widened in horror. Her body froze. And then everything went dark. She collapsed. The next morning, her father found her, lying on the floor. "Latina, what happened?" But she said nothing. Just one word. Nothing. But the truth is, this story isn't over. Because some secrets don't stay hidden forever. Comment below if you want Part 2